Okay, first of all, your name?
Is Vicki Keaton,
Vicki, spell your last name.
Keeton,
Vicky.
Vicky.
Vicki, you live over here in Bennett. Tell me about what's going on out here.
Yes, our neighborhood has been inundated with semi-trucks. We're getting so much traffic through here it's like 24/7, and it's causing a lot of safety issues. When one falls over in the ditch, it's really difficult for us because we can't get in and out because we have one entrance and one exit. And if we need a fire truck or an ambulance, any kind of emergency responders, no one can get to us from it. The speeding, they're not stopping at stop signs, they're carrying loads that are way over what they should be carrying, they're carrying them uncovered, and it's just, it's scary. I'm scared to go and check my mail, and nobody can ride their bicycles anymore, walk, ride their horses, out of fear of being hit by the trucks.
How many sand pits do we have back here?
There's two. I'm not exactly sure. One of them I know is a sand pit. They take the sand and come through the neighborhood and go around to the other plant in the back to process. And then we have all their customers coming in tankers and stuff going down to pick up whatever they're producing with the sand. I heard that it's silicas. They've got silicas going on. I've talked to my doctor about that, asking me if that was a problem with why I always have sinus infections, and he said absolutely. And so we've got all kinds of safety and health issues with these trucks.
Now, what about the kids' school? You've got buses, different kids, different times early in the morning, waiting for the bus out here, 2-lane road, deep ditches.
Yes.
What's happening with the kids in these buses?
Well, it's just if you don't want to ride your horse or ride your bike, and our kids are sitting down here waiting on the school buses with these trucks coming in and driving so quickly and dangerously. You know, you got to be worried about your kids getting hit, especially when it's dark. When it's dark and they're having to wait for them to be picked up. And and I have a niece who's a 15-year-old niece that these guys are disgusting, and they're honking at her and everything, her trying to get, and it scares her. She's really worried, and I think there's a good reason to be worried about that.
What about now? You've got one way in, one way out. And quite a few trucks decide not to make the curve or make the curve down here. Tell me a little bit about that.
What do you mean?
Wrecks, as far as the accidents with the trucks flipping over, fire and
Yes.
EMS and such.
Since we've been here just this year, we've had a couple of them happen, and one of them right here in front of my house. And when that happens,
tell me what happened. I mean,
what happened is it tied up our entry and exit for like 4 to 5 hours because they had to wait to get the heavy-duty wreckers out here to remove it. And then we had to wait for them to hook up and remove it. It had traffic backed up all down the streets in the neighborhood, even the school buses, people trying to come in. No one could get to work. The kids were having to sit on the bus and could not get to school. And that was, like I said, one of my concerns about if my house caught on fire, nobody would be able to come in there and put it out. And so that is a that's my biggest concern is emergency responders can't get to us when that happens. And that happens often from what I've understood. I've lived here for a couple of years and I've seen about 2 or 3 of these, but other people has told me this has been going on for a while.
All right.
And I'm gonna let Shara do it. I went to my doctor the other day, and since we've moved out here, my husband and I have had the worst cases of allergies and sinus infections, and I just thought, oh, it's moving out of the city into the pollen. Well, I talked to my doctor on Tuesday and asked him, could silicas be an irritant for that? And he said, absolutely. And I asked him, please would you document in my record that I live in an environment where this is blowing around in the air all the time? And he's like, Vicki, what is going on? So when I told him, he goes, absolutely, I will document it. So if you have these problems, breathing problems, whatever, bring it up to your doctor and ask them to document it for future references. So, okay, sure.
I'm sorry, before Sheriff speaks, we'll get there, Sheriff. I do want to let you know, this is an early process, but there are two major medias interested in our situation, in our story. We're working on it. But I can't promise you anything for certain as yet. But it's encouraging to find out that we've got two people that actually are
Two
asking us, when's a good time for them to come out here and film. I thought this was a good
I
thing
told
to
you I
know.
was trying to contact everybody I possibly can.
And she did.
And I got some interest back on this, so this just made, just letting y'all know that getting in there and hounding, we get noticed. Now Sharon's gonna kind of go over a little bit about the board and what we've come up with. We'll do a yay and nay vote if you want to start a group or.
Okay, well, first of all, do you guys want to start a group? Yay or nay? Hands up. Okay.
All
unanimous.
opposed? Anybody opposed?
Well, we don't have a total count of the people in here.
Count for me.
Okay, I'll do that when you talk.
Well, I guess the yays have it.
I'm trying to keep notes so I can write all this down for, so bear with me. Okay, so how about a name? How about Bennette State Civic Association?
That's fine.
That sounds good.
Okay. Okay. So how it works, we would need board members. If this is a nonprofit, it'd be a 501(c)(3), and we would need board members. We need a president, vice president, treasurer, secretary, and a parliamentarian, or they call it a member at large. Right now, we do have people that have volunteered, but was anybody be interested in being president?
Wait, y'all don't speak up. You're stuck with who we got.
Oh, wait, who's this?
I might be interested.
You might be interested?
Yeah, if nobody else wants to.
I'll second it.
Okay.
Okay, well, I mean,
And your name?
James Turner.
James, spell your last name?
Turner.
I'm sorry?
Turner.
James Turner?
Yes.
and I was going to do it on a temporary, on this temporary board that we're going to do. I was going to do the president if nobody else wanted to, so, just to let y'all know.
All right, we'll take a vote. A vote for James Turner. Hands up. Okay, hands down.
Congratulations, President.
Vote for Miss Vicky.
Yay.
Oh, goodness.
It looked like a tie.
It did look like a tie. I really don't, but I do want to be involved in it. I put myself out there for a temporary to get it going, because this has consumed my life for the last several weeks, and I kind of would like to,
But it actually needs a lot of research at this stage.
and that's
so-
what, yeah.
Well, that,
Are you up for it?
well, before we go, let me just tell you a few things real quick.
Tell us about yourself.
I'm not opposed to being the president. Like I said last weekend, I work for the San Jacinto River Authority. The land that I live on has been in my family since 1979, but I've been living out here for about 13 years. I have a full-time job, so does my wife. I'm raising 3 young kids. I've never been a president of anything. If I was, I'd be more than happy to do it on y'all's behalf, as long as I have the help. It's not something I can do on my own. So I would probably lean on y'all for quite a bit. I believe you're retired or you're at home.
Yeah, I'm retired.
See, I'm at work, during the day. I can't take a whole lot of phone calls and everything. I'm real busy. So it would be, kind of back and forth.
Okay.
Whoever a vice president would be. But other than that,
Well, I tell you what, and this is, because I know you were want to do it, and that's good. If you want to do it, that's fine. We have got some people that volunteered to do it. And we can tell you who they are and what they are. And if my thing was, we're not trying to get a bunch of people in here that with an agenda, their own agenda, but it is nice to have somebody on that board that has been here for a long time. But we could do a yay and nay vote if you accept the board or not, and this is temporary.
That's what I was gonna say, temporarily get through this phase here.
Exactly.
After that, it's gonna be.
It'll be
so
easy,
hectic,
yeah.
And then we have a meeting and elect new board members.
Right, the temporary board is gonna be stuck with doing the majority of the work to get it started.
Right.
And then after that, then everybody, everybody else can come in, and it'll be easy and.
So let it kind of be assigned, I guess, the people that have stepped up and said that they would do it, knowing that this is gonna be a lot of work, and then we'll do something that's voted.
Right,
And people
exactly,
can
in about
decide.
6 months,
Right.
once we get this started,
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say, we'll have and it'll be a residential meeting to vote, nominate, anybody who wants. Pardon?
Vote permanent members for X number of
And,
times.
yeah, we'll do like, a couple of years, whatever, to serve.
You probably need to come up with some bylaws and stuff too.
Exactly,
Right.
yes.
Well, yeah, everything needs to be documented and everybody made aware of.
But if you and I can work together on it, I can do a lot of the research, the stuff that you can't do because of your job, but you've got information in
And
this.
trust me, like they were saying, I'm not out to change the rules. I live on Calhoun, I own a bunch of longhorn cows. I don't want nobody to tell me I gotta move my cows out where I
Right.
live.
No, we don't want that either.
So,
Okay, let's move along then. You are now our new president, thank you. Okay, vice president, I nominate Miss Vicki.
Okay?
Second, Vicki. For our treasurer, who is not here, I guess, right?
Yes, Michael Keaton, and she's a female. She's married, she lives over on Walker. Michael is an accountant, and she volunteered us that she would be more than happy to take care of the treasury part if everybody's in agreement with that. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yes.
If there's funds taken in, unless you're a charity, if you start an account, you will have to pay a monthly fee on that account. So
Right, that's why we're trying to make it nonprofit, so we're not doing anything, we're trying to get this in place before we do
Right,
anything
so if
else.
there's any fundraiser and money goes to the bank and there's 2 signatures, money will be taken out to the ATM.
This will
account.
require 2
So it's
signatures, yes.
A nonprofit.
Yeah, we're gonna declare this nonprofit, so,
Alright.
okay.
I'm nominating myself for secretary,
And I agree.
okay?
Yeah.
Unless somebody else wants it,
Somebody else want to do secretary?
okay? And we need a parliamentarian or a member at large, which right now we have my husband, who would also be the second signer of the treasury.
I vote for your husband.
I'm not the president. Yay!
Okay, so to recap, we voted to establish Bennette Estates Civic Association. We put in place a temporary board for 6 months, and we'll have to revisit it at that time. Hopefully before that time, we have done something with the trucks. As Vicki and I are going to be sending the petition certified to LMI, to our commissioner, and to our representatives, or to representative Mark Keogh, I believe.
And possibly to the judge, JP.
Yes.
I don't think Mark is the representative assigned to this area. I think it's Cecil Bell.
I don't
Well,
think
see,
so.
I've heard,
Because, do
That
you know,
we gotta
Mr.
find
Engel,
him.
do you know who the representative is for this area?
For what?
precinct 4,
As
It's
far
Mark-
as commissioner, you mean, or what?
no, the state representative.
Mark Keogh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It is Mark Keogh?
Yep.
Because I've heard Mark Keogh, and then I've heard Cecil Bell, and I just,
If you look on the website, you'll see that District 19 covers the United States.
So I called Austin and gave him my physical address
Oh,
to find out.
okay. You know what?
Brandon-
I'll write it
Brandon-
down.
Mark's
Brandon
office.
Creighton.
Hey, ma'am,
Brandon
Brandon
Creighton is now.
Brandon Creighton is our state rep.
Brandon Creighton.
Brandon Creighton.
Okay,
Creighton Road down here.
okay, we will look into this and rectify or
So-
make sure we know
Yeah, who's gonna take responsibility? Was that something you will do?
for what.
Well, to follow up, because, you know, when you assign, say, we will take responsibility, some person or two people.
No, we're gonna, her and I are gonna get those petitions out.
Right,
On
and then
Monday.
post it on the vendor's
We will.
Facebook.
Yeah, we will, and we're gonna
But I-
send these
But I
certified.
went into detail with several people in Austin over the issue and the problems, and I was told Cecil Bell.
And you know, when you people do stuff like this and you find out stuff like that, please post it on the Facebook page.
Well, I don't want to post anything until it's
Right,
firmed
right.
up.
But when you do, when you
Okay.
find out those things,
All right, well, we'll look into that and clarify that. Okay, so we have voted in our civic club, temporary board members. This will get our nonprofits started. We'll have to definitely come up with a mission statement and some bylaws. Yes,
Bylaws or rules?
rules, whatever.
Okay.
and then they'll be brought before the board, a bit before the
The
residents.
universal one's called Robert Rules.
Robert's rules, right.
Yeah, Robert Rules of Order.
And that way everybody will be in the same playing field. Nothing
Right.
special.
Right. Okay. And we don't have that right now? I don't have a mission
It's free
statement?
on the internet.
Huh?
You get Robert's Rules. on
Right,
the
right.
Yeah, it's Robert's Rules of
It'll be
Order.
generic, yes, sir.
Yes, I think you need to talk to Sam Littleton, because the old Civic Club might be recorded already at the courthouse.
And I've been talking to him, he's been
Have you?
talking to me about it, so.
But if it's defunct, this is the new civic club.
Didn't you,
Right.
weren't you on the, was it you
Me,
that was part of this, what was your name?
Kevin Carverson.
Was it you that was here last week that,
No, I wasn't here.
okay, it was
I've
someone.
checked into land and stuff down there, who owns stuff, but
There was a secretary here
Yeah,
last
there
week, I
was-
don't remember her name, that had.
Yeah, she had records. She had records. I don't know who she
Was it
was.
Elise?
Please.
No, it wasn't Elise, it was, I've got it in my notes somewhere, I'll look it up
Yeah.
and try to contact
Okay,
her.
we'll try to
But,
find it.
yeah, you know, Mr. Littleton has been talking to me about it, along with some of the other people who have been here for a long, long time. And there's a lot of stuff that, once we get this organized, that we want to bring before y'all that the older people know about, but the younger people don't, that benefits us. You know, we own some stuff as Bennette Estates here in this subdivision, and we want to bring that up later on.
And that should be public information, if there's anything
Exactly.
filed with the state of Texas, because we had some little property in Magnolia Bend.
Mhm.
When we bought it, we were not told there was an HOA, the title company did not know. All of a sudden, I get this letter in the mail saying, second request, it's $50. It's not a lot, but it's an HOA. So I called them, there's nowhere, you can't call them, there's just an email address, there's no physical address. The president that they list, because I, of course, went to the website, went to the state of Texas, pulled up Magnolia Bend HOA, the president, that person's dead. So the president that they're showing has been dead for years. The secretary has been dead too, so I don't even know who was sending me this bill. So what I did is I emailed them back, that I needed them to produce me the documents that they had, stamped and sealed by the state of Texas, where it said that they were an active HOA, and that I would present that to the title company that did not disclose that at closing for me. So I called Stewart Title, who did the closing for me, and they had no idea, because they would have had to pay that fee because they never informed me.
Right.
Well, I never got a response back, I never got another bill, I never heard back from them. So it wasn't even an active HOA, it was something that it had been filed, but I was able to get copies of those documents that were filed like in '62 in the state of Texas.
Well, it sounds like
That's
Miss
scary.
Shara and I have some time to take some time and spend at the courthouse getting some information, or on the phone, or online,
Right.
whatever.
You can get that online. All that old stuff, they have it scanned in now. 'Cause I was
We'll
able
check it
to
out.
pull it up. I was able to pull it up and print it out.
Okay, that's good to know.
When's the next commissioner?
Brenda.
Oh, yeah, I was
The
gonna
next
bring
one,
that
the
up.
next one they have is May 4th or 5th, but
May
I've
4th.
signed up for May 19th. They have to send you you this form, you have to fill it out and send it back in, and then they call and let you know whether you can get on there. And I've done that part, but I haven't heard back from them. And I figure between now and May 4th was too much to try to get people together. If I gave them May 19th, that would give them more time to get together.
How hard is it to get in to see the commissioner? Because I called, and I have an appointment to sit with him on the 28th at 9:30 in the morning. Yes.
This in April?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I called.
You usually go into his office. I'm walking, just,
Yeah, I called his office,
go in
and
his office.
I gave him my name.
He won't return any of our calls.
I called
Oh,
and
really?
had him come out here and give me maps to the end, down by the.
Yeah, I called and I said that I
When did you do that?
Well, it's been a while, but he gave me information about who owns what, because I kept getting hollered at by someone down there for my trailer, my horse trailer, so he was saying, he gave me the maps where the concrete part, where it's still Bennette
yeah.
stuff and all that, so, yeah, he came right out.
Because a lot of people he's not responding to.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Well, he told me that I have an appointment at 9:30 in the morning, and I'm gonna go down there, and Julie McFarland that lives on East, I'm gonna go down there and just kind of let him.
first of all, sir, your name?
My name is Tom Tuckwell.
Tom, spell your last name.
Tuckwell.
Tell me what this meeting's about and what's going on in the subdivision.
Well, our main problem here is the roads are getting inundated and heavy trucks are running sand. They're not tarping their loads. They're going too fast. We have a lot of school buses coming down Calhoun, up Walker, a lot of these streets. When they come down the road, there's literally not enough road room for them to go past. They go on the side of the road. We've got children that are being endangered by these trucks. They're not abiding by a lot of the rules. Again, they're not tarping their loads, going past 30 miles an hour. They're way over 30.
How many trucks are we talking about today?
It's constant. And a matter of fact, it's at almost all hours of the night too. For me, it's many dozens of trucks. I'd say one every few minutes, literally, one every few minutes.
Different sizes, small trucks, big trucks, everything.
Yeah, we've got everything from large 3-axle dump trucks up into your big trailer trucks, and they're constant. And the other thing is, my understanding is that they were supposed to come down Calhoun in one direction and then turn here and go back the other street. That's not happening. There's a lot of them that are now coming down Calhoun because it's a straight shot, and now you have two full-size trucks trying to pass each other, and these roads don't have any shoulders, so there's no room for that. The other thing is, obviously, it's devaluing the neighborhood big time. The more trucks there are, who wants to come here? It's that simple. So it is definitely going to devalue our properties for sure, as the noise is getting louder and louder as there's more and more trucks, and now they're talking about adding more sand plants, more trucks, more traffic. So it's only going to get worse unless we get this under control. Really what we need is they need another road from that plant and out to a main highway and not run it through a residential neighborhood. It's ridiculous to be running this level of an operation through a residential neighborhood. I was a Class A truck driver at one point in my life, and I can tell you the things that are going on here aren't right. If we were to take and put scales out here, I'm sure we're going to find axles that are overweight on their way out. There's quite a few things I'm sure we'll find with these trucks. I can tell you my own personal experience. I watched by, I'd probably say 75–80% of those trucks aren't even taking the time to tarp their loads. And right down here at the end of this street, where it turns sharply, you'll see a lot of times there'll be sand that's dumped out on that road. I know because my own personal experience, my car slid off the road right there, and there's a whole bunch of sand. It's like having a bunch of ball bearings, on that turn. And there's been a lot, many cars that have been sliding to the ditch because of all the sand sitting on the road. And the law is you can only have water or feathers dropping off your vehicle. You can't have sand dropping off.
Right.
So all this sand all over this road is a major hazard to the other vehicles, especially at this turn. The other thing is they're tearing the road to pieces. You can see this road is going to be completely destroyed by this. It doesn't have the road bed, especially from just down the street from this fire station out to the 1314. This road is not constructed anywhere near enough for this level of traffic. It's going to need to have going to be completely redone, new road bed, properly made if they're going to do that, and they haven't done that. So,
My husband talked to the inspector. You might want to talk